30 Days of Kidnapping by Hyperintrovert on AR3. Chapter 11. Day 4, Part 2. Tim was pissed. He didn't think that he had ever been this angry before. He really didn't know how to handle it. He felt like he was losing what little control he had over his life. He felt like he was falling from the top of Wayne Tower with no grappling hook, or a net, or anyone to catch him. It's been a few hours since he found out that he had a twin. Everyone was already in bed. Tim, however, was wide awake and alone. He didn't mind it. Actually, he probably needed to be alone right now. He had already murdered a training dummy. He didn't know he could get that violent. It felt good at the time, but now it kinda scared him. Propping back in his chair, he looked at the clock. 7 a.m. Great. He's not tired, and holy crap, he hasn't had coffee in 6 hours. Oh wow, that's a new world record. And without his family stealing his coffee. Alfred is going to be so proud. Or not, seeing as he hasn't gotten any sleep. Rubbing his face, Tim looks at the computer and debates with himself. He had a name. It would be so easy. Should he look up the person he should have known his entire life? Should he look up his twin brother? Should he find out where his twin is staying and go introduce himself? It would be so easy. He had a name. He could find out everything, anything. What should he do? Tim wipes his eyes as water starts to pool in there. He was so out of sorts. He didn't know what to do. He wanted to know everything about his little twin brother, but he didn't want to scare Daniel when they finally meet. Tim can honestly say that he has never been this confused in his entire life. He had no clue on what to do. What would be the best move? The only thing he knew was that he was going to find out what the best way to disgrace the dead was and then do that to his parents. After biting his lips for a few minutes, he broke. He needed to know that his twin at least had a loving childhood and wasn't being abused. He had to know Daniel was safe. The Waynes decided to go check on Tim when he didn't show up for lunch. They wanted to check on him earlier, but Alfred said Tim needed time to gather himself. No one could argue with that. Tim wasn't in his room, so they went right to the only other place he would be, the cave. They found him in the cave. Yay! They also found a lot of broken furniture. Not yay. And there was a chair through the computer. Good lord, this could not be good. Tim, Jason startles at Bruce's soft tone. Tim ignores Bruce and keeps attacking the dummy. Oh, looks like he broke 4 already. Okay, something was wrong. Jason pushes Dick over to Tim. Dick glares at Jason. Tim? What happened? Tim spins around and stares at Jason before yelling and launching himself at Jason. Safe and loving my ass! Dick grabs Tim by the waist. Tim, what are you talking about? Unhand me, Dick! Tim yells while thrashing, trying to get out of Dick's grip. I will let you go when you calm down and tell us what happened. Sheathing, Tim stops fighting. Daniel, he doesn't live in a safe or loving home. What do you mean? Bruce varies. Still in Dick's bear hug, Tim hisses. He lives in a building hazard. The building violates so many safety codes. It's a miracle it's still standing. One strong wind will make the damn place blow up. Then let's add in the fact that he is living directly above a lab with no safety precautions. The volatile chemicals, some of which I've never even heard of. Closing his eyes and taking a breath, Tim continues. And loving? What a load of bull! His sister is more a parent to him than them, and she is only 2 years older. The parents are hardly home, and when they are, they spend all the time working and ignoring their kids, or they are yelling at him because he is being bullied at school. Dick was the only reason Tim was still upright. Everyone looked at each other as Tim broke down. No one really knew what to do. Tim's twin lived pretty much the same life as Tim. Only difference was Tim being rich and a vigilante, and Daniel living in a OSHA nightmare. After placing Tim in bed, they all head to the study. At least he is getting some sleep. Steph rocks on her heels. He is not taking this well. Who the hell would, Bruce? Dick puts his hands on his hip, then takes a deep breath. We need to help. This is a lot to take in. Yeah, what are the chances they live almost the same life? Jason huffs. I don't think it's possible, but if this kid turns out to be a vigilante as well, I'ma scream. Duke snorts, and in a high voice, the odds of that are next to nothing. He rolls his eyes. You all thought I was crazy when I said not a clone, and now here you are saying, in a poor imitation of Jason, might be a vigilante. Barbs rolls her eyes. Like I said, next to impossible, not impossible. Tomato, tomato. Enough of this nonsense. How are we to help Drake? Damien crosses his arms over his chest. Everyone looks to Dick. Really? Really? Fine. Dick plops down and crosses his arms as he starts to think. After a few minutes he sighs. I don't know. I don't know what we can do. Well, at least without scaring Daniel off. I mean, we know where he is staying, where he lives. Honestly, we probably know more about him than he knows about himself. We can't scare him away. Tim quite obviously wants a relationship with his twin. I don't know what to do. Oh, I might have an idea, Jason smirks. His ideas were always the best. No! Came from everyone at once. Jason sputters. You didn't even know what it is, and also fuck you all. He huffs and crosses his arms and looks away from everyone, betrayed by everyone, even Alfred. Bruce sighs. If it involves guns, fire, violence, threats, weapons, ha ha, ass, it doesn't. Jason sticks his tongue out. Then please do share, Master Jason. Alfred looks skeptical. I don't think I will. I think I will only tell Tim. Jason huffs. Tell Tim what? They all jump at Tim's voice. You're supposed to be sleeping. They all say at once. Jeez. How were they so in tune? It was a bit creepy. Or maybe they could try this on some criminals. That would be fun. Tim rolled his eyes. I got some sleep. And tell me what? Jason groans. I didn't want them to know, he whines. But how to meet your twin? But anyways, so you go to the hotel and introduce yourself as Daniel's twin. Tell the truth, long lost twin, never knew, did some digging, found out and wants to get to know him. Holy shit, Jason, that's actually a good idea, Steph exclaims. Tim nods. I like it, but I think I might wait a day or so. I need to get my head on right. I'm also going to take a break from patrol for a few days. That's completely fine. Take all time you need, son. Bruce offers a small smile. Tim nods and heads to the kitchen to get some food and coffee. Then maybe he can try to get some more sleep. And if sleep doesn't work, then he will just dig more into his twin's life. He had a plan now. He felt better. He felt in control. He still felt angry, but he felt better. He still needed to look. He still needed to look. He still needed to look up how to beat up the dead. He would do that first before he looked more into his twin.